What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. And we got a lot of different things to talk about here in this video. Multiple different states receiving state stimulus checks and the possibility of a federal stimulus check here as well going forward as we get closer and closer to the election and with the recession probably already here. We've had two different quarters of GDP going down, meaning the economy has slowed down. We have already had the first 6 months here of the United States had negative GDP, meaning growth for the economy has been negative here. That is official by most analysts say that that is the sign of a recession. Now, the problem here is that this is not a typical recession because in a typical recession, you see unemployment go up. And in this recession, we've had the exact opposite. And I have a special guest appearance for you guys here and in this video. So make sure to watch all the way to the end for our special guest appearance as well. Why a recession could mean money is coming. We'll get to that here in a second. You can see here economy adds 528,000 jobs in August. Unemployment rate back to pre-pandemic levels. In fact, we're at the lowest we've been in 50 years. As you can see here, the unemployment rate fell to 3.5%, matching its lowest level in 50 years. But yet, GDP has been negative for the entire year. So the gross domestic product here of the United States has been down. People are actually spending less money because of inflation, and you're getting less for your money because of inflation. So it's really a weird economy. And interest rates are skyrocketing right now. Normally, during a typical recession, you would see the Fed lowering interest rates because they're trying to boost GDP and boost the economy because a recession is coming and a recession would already be there during a recession. So they're trying to boost the economy. But in this recession, the Fed is raising interest rates. So we've had two three-quarters of a percentage interest rate, 75 basis point interest rate hikes here in a row. And that's in addition to the previous interest rate hikes here before that this year. So we've already had multiple interest rate hikes here this year alone. Home interest rates are now nearing 7%. So interest rates have risen dramatically. This means the average home buyer is going to spend tens of thousands of dollars more over the course of a 30-year loan. Car buying, as actually the car market has cooled significantly. Well, I'll show you here on both of these fronts. Mortgage applications have cratered to their lowest point since 2000 in 22 years. This is because of interest rates and, well, inflation. So we're seeing here that a lot of people, thousands, maybe even millions of people, have stopped buying homes dramatically. And this is a sign that shows that raising interest rates does actually cool off inflation. Okay, so before raising interest rates, what were we seeing in the housing market? We were seeing pretty much everywhere. You would list a home. We'll just take a price of $300,000. The average home is now actually over $300,000 in the United States. It depends on the area, but in some areas you can't even buy a shoebox for $300,000, right? In some areas you can buy a decent home for $300,000, but we'll take a home of $300,000. You list a home for $300,000, and in a lot of cases you would get multiple offers over asking price. And I've seen some people say that they would offer $25,000-$50,000 over asking price and get outbid and wouldn't be able to get the home. I mean, in what world is that even realistic? I mean, that's just crazy talk, right? So now we're not seeing that anymore. already just here after a few months of interest rates, because now it's the rates have gone up so much. So hopefully rates will come back. Okay, so here's what's going to happen here. Um, Now we're not seeing the multiple offers things. I mean, maybe seeing it a little bit still, but eventually that's going to stop completely. I mean, maybe you'll see it here and there a little bit, but the amount of times that's happening is coming down, 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 down dramatically. Okay, so eventually we'll go back to the normal thing where, like, if a home was listed for 300,000, at worst case scenario, you would pay the asking price. Okay, that used to be like the worst case scenario, right? But most of the time, you would negotiate the price a little bit, right? That used to kind of always be like the norm, right? Worst case scenario, you'd be in a bidding war with like one other person. It really depends on the market. It depends on the market, right? If you're in a hot area like Silicon Valley or Los Angeles or New York, depends, right? It depends, because even like Los Angeles or New York, there's a lot of homes. It really depends on the year and the season, right? Um, but now we're at a 22-year low of people buying homes because they raised interest rates. So this cools off the economy. Now you don't have to bid against 20 other people buying homes. Okay. So this is now going to eventually, there'll be more supply on the market once there actually supply comes back on the market. There more homes come up for sale because people aren't buying them the day they come up. I mean, literally, homes were going for sale the day they come up, and people were buying them that day with multiple offers over asking price. I mean, it's not a thing that should be happening. It was an anomaly. It was an overheated economy. Okay, we were seeing the same thing with the car industry. We were seeing the same thing with a lot of industries. The car industry as well. A lot of this was caused by the supply chain crisis, the chip shortage. Okay, they just passed the chips bill, which was needed in for our country. We need to produce more of that here in the United States, so we're self-reliant here. There was a lot of criticism on the bill, and kind of rightfully so. Bernie Sanders criticized it because he said we're kind of writing a blank check for the multi-billion-dollar chips industry, and it needed more guardrail. It needed more restrictions on it so that they don't do a lot of things they shouldn't do, and nonetheless, it passed. Bernie Sanders kind of has been the voice of reason here lately on a lot of different bills, saying, you know what, a lot of these bills have good things, but they could have more things for the common everyday people as opposed to large corporations. And honestly, I agree with him on a lot of things, but even he said we need to manufacture semiconductor chips here in the United States, but we also need to make sure that there's guardrails on it. Like, we need to make sure that they don't move jobs overseas. We need to make sure that they're, doing what they need to do. We need to make sure that, like, they follow certain conditions. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can't just, like, give a company billions of dollars and then they also move jobs overseas, right? And again, this is Bernie Sanders is not a Democrat. He has an I by his name. Now, he typically votes with Democrats, but he'll criticize the Democrats just as much as he'll criticize the Republicans. If he looks at something as an independent and says, well, I agree that we need to manufacture chips and semiconductors here because we have a major chip shortage. But I also don't think that, Intel and these companies that are already making billions and billions of dollars, we should just write them a blank check. But nonetheless, the bill passed, the bipartisan semiconductor chips bill, which also had a lot of other things. The semiconductor chips part of it was about $50 billion, but in total was about $280 billion. Okay, because there's a lot of other things in there for science and technology and other things here. And Bernie says, when it comes to the federal deficit and the debt reduction and things like this, it was $280 billion. But when it comes to like helping out people and money for the poor and food and things like this, everybody's always concerned about the budget. you know So this is why I kind of tell you guys the truth here, what's going on in Washington, D.C., and what's going on with the politicians, so you guys can hear all this stuff. I always get a lot of comments of saying, I didn't realize a lot of this stuff goes on here. It's kind of interesting here. And it also kind of makes you wonder here. I'll show you this here. Fourth stimulus check update. Why a recession could mean money is coming. And it did actually mean back in 2001 and 2008, we did actually get stimulus checks from the previous recessions. And of course, we actually got it from the 2020 recession when the first two stimulus checks came underneath former President Donald Trump, and the third stimulus check from uh, President Biden. But a lot of people don't remember the stimulus checks that came in 2001 and 2008 as well, but we did get those. Here's an article: rebates in 2001 and 2008. Former President Bush opted to provide this type of stimulus in 2001 and sent even larger checks in 2008 because of inflation just goes up over time. As the Great Recession bore down on the nation, roughly 100, and remember, these are Republicans. Roughly 130 million households received tax rebates in the latter effort, with single Americans getting up to $600 and couples up to 120 or $1,200 at the cost of $100 billion. Certain parents received $300 for each minor child, and the rebate phased out at higher income levels. And Americans did spend that money, said Claudia Sam, director of macroeconomic policy from the Equitable Growth and former Federal Reserve economist. Research shows that individuals spent 50% to 90% of the 2008 rebate within 3 months. So it helped the economy. It was a stimulus check. It stimulated the economy and helped out people as well. What experts say on stimulus checks: Tara Sinclair, a George Washington University economics professor, told MoneyWise recently that stimulus checks have been a common policy in the past during times of economic recession, and predicted that they would likely be a part of a federal response to the next recession. And, quote, if you talk to families directly, they will probably already tell you they're in a tight spot or they're worried about their finances, noting that unemployment benefits and child tax credit payments have already allowed for real reductions in poverty. We're also seeing a lot here on the state and that was the federal level. Here's the state level here. Democratic state senators in North Carolina have proposed giving licensed drivers a one-time payment of $200 towards gasoline. The plan would cost $1.3 billion and would be covered by the state surplus. Measure is still under consideration. If passed, the payments would start October 1st, which is just a little bit over a month away here for North Carolina. So if you're married, if there's two licensed drivers in your family, you could get $400 for the state of North Carolina. We also have the big one here for California as well. Millions of Californians, up to 23 million Americans, could start getting checks as early as next month in September. $350 per person, up to $1,050 per family. Californians will soon get an inflation relief check to help offset increasing costs of living. This has already been approved for the state of California. They're saying this could go out as early as next month for California, $1,050. Yeah, so that's a maximum of $1,050 per family. We also have a $6,500 payment, direct payment. How to get a direct payment of $6,500 from this new financial aid plan. This program is meant to help those experiencing homelessness. In the city of Denver, is expanding the Denver Basic Income Project to reach hundreds of people in need. Now, more than 800 people will receive a monthly payment to help them cover the most basic expenses. 260 more people will get a $6,500 payment up front and also a $500 monthly payment for the next 11 months, that's a lot of money. $6,500 up front and $500 monthly for the next 11 months. Then another 260 individuals will receive a $1,000 payment each month for 12 months with no upfront money being sent to them. So just $1,000 per month for 12 months, which is $12,000. Wow. And finally, 300 people will be awarded with a $50 monthly payment for a year with no money given upfront to them in addition. So if you're from Denver, look up this program. Just go to Google and look it up because that's a lot of money. And here is our special guest appearance for you guys as well. My son Hurricane Julian and two special guests actually for you guys here. So what do you want to say?
Hi. Hi.
Oh, who's here?
Snowy's here.
Oh,
Yep, pick him up. And welcome to the Snowy.
yeah. Look, he's like a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a big snowy fluff.
Yeah. Yeah. And you go, I'll hold him.
Okay.
Hi, look at him.
He's like a big snow polar bear fluff.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of this little fluffy bear?
He's cute.
Did you tell everybody you rode a roller coaster here?
Yeah, I rode a roller coaster.
Yeah, you rode a roller coaster with Grandpa.
Papa Mike.
Yeah, with Papa Mike. Yeah, and how was it?
It was good.
How much fun did you have?
So let's go out of them. Look at him, TJ. Teddy bear.
Be gentle with him.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, and what else did you ride? You rode a roller coaster, and what else?
I don't know.
Yeah, we went to an amusement park named Cedar Point.
Yep. Cedar Point.
Yeah.
So we look up to the camera.
He's looking.
Yep. Need high, Snowy. You just go. I will do this.
Careful. All right. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Say we love you.
Bye. I love you.
And say...
We'll click you down below. Make sure to subscribe up here.
Subscribe, yep. And say we'll see you in the next video.
We'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now, can I take Snowy down now?
Yeah. And do you want some candy?
Yeah.
What kind of candy do you want?
A lollipop.
A lollipop?
Yeah.
Have you been a good boy?
Yeah.
All right.